Hi guys, this is Architect Aldous of Render Aid, and thank you for visiting my channel. This is gonna be my first video, and I hope you like it. So let's get to it. Okay, so for my first video, what I want to talk about is this act that has been circulating over the social media. So hindi natin alam kung napasa na yung law na yan o yung act. Actually, hindi naman kasi ako magaling sa law. So we're not actually going to talk about the politics of that particular law or act. Pero para lang meron kayong idea kung anong meron doon is, so merong isang grupo ng mga professionals na medyo nag-broaden or medyo lumawak yung kanyang yung sakop o yung scope sa trabaho. And well, okay naman, it's it's okay, pero a lot of the other professionals are having conflict with it kasi yun nga dahil lumawak sila ng scope. Baga iniisip nila paano naman yung scope namin. Usually that's our scope, tas um, nakuha na nila or something. So, pero again, pero sa totoo lang, this is not the first time na may lumabas na ganito, no? Actually, parang a few years or last year, meron na lumabas na mga gantong app na strengthening a certain professional. So again, we're not going to go to the politics of that kasi you know this is my first video, so don't hate me. Pero so let's start with something different kasi ang problema kasi with this particular itong mga gantong acts, parang I get to do this, you do this, ganyan ganyan, within a certain group of professionals kasi nasa loob siya ng isang field which is construction. Okay, so sa construction maraming professionals involved, hindi katulad ng medicine, medyo konti lang. So in terms of health, di ba, may doktor, may nurse, mas maraming uri ng doktor. So they're all doctors and yun, parang ganun. Pero when it comes to construction industry, madaming iba-iba. Okay, so for example, nandiyan si architect, nandiyan si civil engineer, nandiyan si interior designer, si master plumber, so ano, so electrical engineer, um, and then other experts, depending on the scope of work. Depende sa trabaho, o nature of the structure. So, itong mga gantong lumalabas na law, um, again, hindi siya bago, pero meron siyang effect on the, yung mga professionals involved within that particular um, industry, which is construction industry. Ano yung gusto kong sabihin um, for today? Um, Kasi again, hindi siya bago. Maraming maraming beses na siyang nangyari, and sa totoo lang, marami siyang effect on a lot of people. Specifically, especially pala, sorry. Of course, affected din yung mga professionals na medyo um, veterans na, medyo may, experience na. Pero ang gusto kong pag-usapan mostly is yung younger generations. Yung mga future at saka present uh, professionals natin ngayon, no? Kasi yung mga gantong act, of course, it's being made now. Pero ang effect nito will be felt mostly um, by the ano, newer or younger generation. So, matagal na to at yung effect niya medyo papatong ng papatong. And again, for the younger generation, medyo malaki yung epekto niya. So, sir, anong ibig mo sabihin? Again, disclaimer lang mga kasama, we're not going to go into the politics of this particular laws or acts. Hindi tayo magpo-promote ng conflict within this channel. Actually, Again, what I want to talk about is a new perspective regarding sa mga lumalabas na ganitong yun. And hopefully, ma-adapt nyo rin siya if you think na it's okay. Um, then let's see. Malay nyo, pagdating ng panahon, it gets better, right? So I know na yung mga ganitong conflict, ang tagal na nito. For those who don't know, yung mga conflicts na to or mga bago mga students, you may think na yung gantong conflict ay or mga gantong acts bago lang siya. No, actually sa sobrang tagal na niya, hindi na namin alam kung saan nagsimula. Lalo na yung generation namin, no. Siguro yung mga older generation medyo alam pa nila, pero um, yung generation ko hanggang doon sa mga bago, siguro konti lang ang nakakaalam or yung iba walang alam. So hindi na namin alam kung saan nagsimula, saan ano na nangyayari. What's worse is hindi natin alam kung saan tayo pupunta with this. So for me, no, kapag sumali tayo sa gantong pag nakisali tayo sa hate or doon sa conflict without really knowing yung context or yung saan nagsimula yung issue, medyo hindi natin naintindihan yung full, yung buong storya niya. Kaya for most of the younger professionals, hindi siya nagiging parang constructive, nagiging parang ano na lang siya, hate. Okay? Ang nare-retain sa ganitong conflict is, syempre sir, conflict. So talaga ang nare-retain is yung hate. And this kind of hate medyo um within an industry, I don't know. For me personally, hindi siya okay. So you're probably asking, sir, so sa sinasabi mo, what is your solution? No? Um, Actually, I don't really have a solution. So again, dito sa aking first video, it's not really a solution but more of a perspective. Bakit? Yung gantong conflict, medyo hindi siya okay if you're going to work together. We're supposed to be working together, diba? So if we have this initial hate on one another, uh, how will that work? So let's say we're going to, kunyari mga professionals na tayo, even the younger ones. Imagine ninyo, mag-start pa lang tayo ng project. Let's say a house, okay? And a house or a structure requires different professionals to be able um, to be built, okay? So kung initially pa lang medyo galit na tayo sa isa't isa, how will that work? How will the construction end? Okay? Obviously, kung ganun, hindi maganda. Okay? We probably end up hating one another within the process. So, ang magsasuffer nun is the client, okay? Or the structure. So, paano? How do we do this? Ako, to be honest, hindi ko alam kung swerte lang ako, no? Sa mga projects ko. Pero, wala akong kaaway na ibang professional. Okay? Ah, so, baka nagulat kayo, ha? Sir, with all the issues going around, sure ka ba na wala kang kaaway na ibang professional? Yeah, I'm pretty much sure na wala akong kaaway na ibang professional. Hindi ko alam kung swerte lang ako, sa totoo lang, sa mga ka-collaboration ko. Pero ganun eh. Okay, so today, the focus of this video is to actually show you or teach you yung perspective ko para sana pagdating ng panahon na naging professionals na kayo or if you're practicing right now, kapag na-apply nyo siya, okay, number one, initially, walang hate. And then, number two, we get to learn to get along. Kasi importante yun eh. And then, number three, hindi lang tayo nag-work together, but we build good relationships with the allied professions. So for those who don't know me, I'm actually an architect. My name is Architect Aldous Tobias. Pero my channel's name is Render 8 kasi hopefully sa mga susunod na videos, I'll be promoting my techniques on how to do drawing sana. So, that being said, kasama ko sa industry. Okay? And I've also been teaching sa different universities. So, medyo may alam ako pagdating sa younger generations. New perspective sana para hindi nyo mabaon yung parang growing it na it's been building for years or probably decades within that said industry. No? Okay, so number one, first advice that I'm going to give you para walang conflict, no hierarchy. Ulitin ko no hierarchy. So, I've been seeing a lot of videos and of course, syempre nasa industry din ako. So, alam ko rin yung medyo nangyayari. Pero I'm sure may mga naririnig kayo na parang may hierarchy in terms of construction. It starts with an architect or something like that. Sir, what do you mean by no hierarchy? A project starts with the client. And for me, a client is just a person asking for the assistance of professionals. Okay, so for example, di ba, si client, yan, manghihingi yan. Architect, magpapagawa ako ng bahay. I need your help. I need plans. I need project management, ganyan, ganyan, so on and so forth. When it's true na I kind of agree when they say na it starts with an architect, totoo naman kasi the design of the structure starts with us. Pero walang hierarchy. So even if it starts with an architect and follows yung mga engineer, hindi siya parang pyramid. For me, pantay-pantay yan. It's just, it starts with an architect and the process, kunyari, uh, step number 1 is the architect, pero step number 2, engineers. Okay? So, hindi siya architect, engineers, ganon. Hindi. Ano siya? Architect, engineers, step by step. Pantay-pantay. Even si client, although si client ang nagbabayad, so siguro sa ibang video na lang yun, no? So, baka iniisip nyo si client, siya si boss. Or everything they say is, customer is always right. Yung mga ganun-ganun. Siguro sa ibang video na lang yan. Pero, again, si client, pantay lang yan with architect, engineers, contractors, so on and so forth. So, sinabi mo, pantay-pantay. So, ano yung effect nun sa practice mo or sa experience mo? Ang napansin ko with my practice kasi walang hierarchy, walang yabang, walang angas. Okay? Hindi siya yung I'm the architect. Start with me. You're just second in command. Walang ganun. Professionals respecting the roles of one another. Yun yun. So, hindi ko nakakaaway si civil engineer, si master plumber, si electrical. Hindi ko sila nakakaaway kasi pantay-pantay kami ng road. So, what I do in my project is I respect their roles. So, yun Step number 1 is no hierarchy. And then step number 2, respect each other's roles. For example, ako si architect. Well, ako talaga si architect. So ako si architect, hindi ako magaling when it comes to structural. So I don't claim na I'm the expert in structural. So although we get to design kung saan yung mga poste or ano yung itsura ng beams or saan, hindi kami yung nagko-compute nun. So anong ibig ko sabihin nun? So for example, I'm going to design a structure, okay? Tapos hindi ko sure kung tama ba yung gagawin ko in terms of structural stability. Hindi ako magmamarunong. Okay? I'll ask the help of the structural engineer or the civil engineer for that matter. So, ang scenario niya is me asking help and not me telling him what to do. No, hindi yung, ako si architect, dinesign ko yan, deal with it. Compute it, civil engineer. Dapat tama yan. Hindi siya ganun. You're asking him kung ano yung tingin niya. Okay? Hindi yung iba-bypass mo siya, hindi yung, magmamarunong ka, utusan mo siya. As a result, nagtutulungan kayo. So parang hindi siya hierarchy, it's more of a team. Again, pantay-pantay, respect their profession and then no hierarchy. It's the same with other profession like kunyari, interior designer. Now, the architect, for me, no, this is just for me, we design the skin. The structural engineer or the civil engineer um, designs the skeleton of the, parang body siya eh. Yung structural, di ba, sa kanila, so it's like the skeleton of a human body. And then yung aesthetic sa loob, the organs, medyo ang expertise niyan sila interior designer. So yung part nila, which is hindi ko expertise at hindi rin expertise ni civil engineer, um nire-respeto din namin sa kanila. So pasa niyo yun, pinapasa ko lang yun sa kanila. So hindi ako nagmamarunong sa site na alam ko yun, na even verbally confirm it to them na or interior designer. Hindi ko kasi alam yan eh. Kami kasi placing lang eh. Di ba? Kumbaga nilalagay lang namin yung mga placement ng furniture for general idea, pero the exact design of the furniture or the lighting, hindi ako expert doon. So, yung mga ganun, pinapasa ko din sa interior designer, sa professional concern for that. So again, okay kami. Walang conflict. We respect one another. Kaya okay yung flow ng construction. Walang away. Okay? And then next is be humble. Medyo maraming nakapaloob dito sa susunod na advice na being humble. So, anong ibig mo sabihin ng be humble? Contrary sa iniisip ng karamihan, lalo na kung medyo bata pa or new professional. I'm sure marami sa inyo nag-iisip na bawal magkamali, lalo na sa profession. Bawal magkamali. Okay, maganda nga naman na hindi tayo nagkakamali. Pero if you're starting out, yung pressure na wag magkamali is very high. Ang hirap nun. Lalo na if, you're really starting out. Kahit saan naman profession, mistakes is something inevitable. Additional point is ask for help. Nasa loob to ng, be humble. Um, Being humble means knowing when you commit a mistake and knowing na, upon knowing na you're committing a mistake, wala namang masama to ask help. Okay? So again, contrary sa mga iniisip ng ibang tao na nakakatakot kasi magkamali. Nakakatakot naman talaga magkamali sa site. Pero kapag nagkamali ka and na-establish mo na yung relationship with the team, with the group of professionals na you're working with, even the client, creating a mistake is can be solved by the team itself. Ultimately, etong sinasabi ko sa inyo, it should promote teamwork and collaboration. Okay? So kapag nagkamali kayo, wala namang masama na humingi ng tulong sa professionals involved. Like for example, if you're having problem with the electrical, hindi pa naman tapos yung hindi pa naman tapos yung project. Pwede mong sabihan si electrical engineer. Electrical engineer, medyo dumami yung load natin. Medyo dumami yung saksakan kasi sabi ni client, kailangan ng ganito, ganyan. Pwede ba nating baguhin? Ano tingin mo kailangan gawin to solve this problem? Kasi being an architect, we know a little about a lot of things, pero hindi kami expert doon. Hindi tayo expert doon. So, walang masama na magtanong. Okay? Hindi yun, for me, no, professionalism, it doesn't make you less of a professional to ask help. Okay? Bakit ko to sinasabi? Kasi, um, sa totoo lang ngayon, kasi nga may tension between the professionals. Talagang mahirap magkamali kasi it all boils down to pointing fingers. Eh. Diba, kunyari, pag nagkamali si architect, sisisihin yan ni interior designer, sisisihin niya ni CE, kasi nga hindi kayo close eh. I mean, you haven't established a good relationship with one another. Kaya, probably, what's going to happen is, kapag may mistake, it's gonna be pointing fingers. Okay? Pero in my case, since I work with different professionals, and I try to establish a good relationship with them, ang ending, pwede akong humingi ng tulong sa kanila kapag may mali, di ba? Or kapag may request si client na hindi ko na foresee, that's not actually a mistake, but needs a revision. Wala namang masama magtanong ng magpa-consult sa mga kasama mo sa electrical, sa structural, di ba? You just it's just a simple question na you're going to ask them. Total, you're in the same team. Supposedly, you're in the same team. And you should work together. So, consultation, natural lang yun. So, in the end, kapag ginagawa natin yung mga um, practice, no hierarchy, respect each other's profession, being humble pagdating sa project, ultimately, it starts a good network of working uh, professionals. Okay? A good collaboration between the people within the industry. And that is something na gusto ko sanang i-share sa inyo mga kasama, especially the younger generation. I know, lalo na yung mga bago, some of you have inherited parang hate between the different professions. I can actually feel that and I can see that sa ibang practice and even sa site. Pero there's a way to break the stigma. Lalo na yung mga bata. This part of the video, I want to share lalo na sa mga younger generation. Now, I know na some of you are passionate when you took up the course that has something to do with construction. Like for example, if you're a CE, if you're a sanitary engineer, ganyan. Basta yung mga engineering, interior designer, architect. Initially, you took that course kasi you wanted to be that professional someday, di ba? Pero upon hearing itong mga gulo-gulo ng mga tatay at tito nyo, lolo, lola, regarding the profession, parang it's easy to get disheartened. Ang gulo pala nitong course na pupuntahan ko pagdating ng panahon eh. Baka parang ayaw ko na, wag na lang. That's why I'm trying to promote this change in perspective. Okay, lumalabas yung gantong mga acts, mga gantong rules, laws. They've been popping from time to time. And again, I understand na some of you feel affected by it. Totoo naman, it affects us. Pero we can change the way we look at it para sana pagdating ng panahon, kapag kayo na yung professional, hindi nyo isipin na kalaban yung mga katrabaho nyo. If we start thinking na they are teammates or professionals that we can collaborate with, yung hate, wala eh. It will dissipate. I think, hopefully. Wishful thinking. Pero it happens to me eh. I mean, I can do it. If I see professionals, I'm actually working with different professionals right now. Meron mga engineer, interior designers. We like working with one another eh. And then somehow, I think yun na yung naging identity ko. Siguro yung mga nakakasama ko, na-realize nila, naisip nila na medyo okay si Architect Aldous. Okay, masaya siya katrabaho. Huli natin siya ulit. So yes, mga kasama, it's possible na ang magbigay sa iyo ng trabaho is not the client, but also your colleagues. Okay? So, for example, now I have a project na ang nag-refer sa akin is an interior designer. I don't know. And then, meron akong katrabaho ngayon. Contractor siya. Tapos naghahanap siya ng architect. Tapos ako yung gusto niya. Bakit? Kasi nakatrabaho ko na siya ng maraming beses eh. And dealing with them, hindi mabigat eh kasi tulungan. I'm not ashamed to say na I get projects from other professionals as well. Kasi it doesn't matter. Yung kasabihan na it starts with an architect. Yeah, siguro yung drawing. Again, the process. Yung sinabi ko sa inyo, may process. Pero sometimes, ang magbibigay sa'yo ng project, in, especially in my case, colleagues. So this is what I like about what I'm having right now. I'm really enjoying it. If we start looking at our peers equally and without hierarchy, ang effect nito sana is a better relationship within the people within the industry. Okay? And it's not solution, it's just a suggestion. So, ayun lang mga kasama, no? Thank you for watching this video. Again, this is Render Aid. If you like the video that you just watched, please click like and the subscription button below. And hope to see you in my next video. Thank you very much. Bye. Peace.